Buckle up, because two of the most tenacious teams this side of the Atlantic are about to throw down for a tank title. On this side, we have the Usurpers, the surgical squad known as Top Tier. On the other side, there's the no-nonsense enforcers known as eClipse. Both teams have been putting in amazing work this season, but it's time to decide who will swim and who will sink. History has been kind to eClipse. They're known for being the no-nonsense team that consistently places high in tournaments. They currently have a 60% win rate, equally skilled at attacking and defending. Their team's captain, T1 Diabetic, is a result-driven tanker who's small on words but big on execution.
Situation that could hope for in style points. T1 gets the kill.
Positive is the squad's biggest damage dealer, who mostly drives bat chats, and has a hit rate of 76%, landing 3 out of every 4 shots fired. In general, the team favors bulk over glass cannons, with a typical spread including several heavy tanks like 5As and Type 5s. This might slow down their approach, but ramps up the intimidation factor, because when you're staring down eClipse, you risk being blindsided. At the beginning of the season, Top Tier was in trouble. Infrequent wins meant a low rung on the ladder. But halfway through the season, something clicked, and they've been winning every game since. Don't let that 56% win ratio fool you, because it's an average of everything leading to this point. Their main source of strength comes from the strong plays called by Rude Awakening, the team MVP more in discipline than damage dealt. But leave that to Muriel, who's the #1 damage dealer in the Fantasy League. He averages 17,059 damage dealt a game. The team has been described as being surgical and clinical, the way they remove opponents from the battlefield. Needless to say, they managed to find their footing on the ladder, and made it all the way to the top tier. Both eClipse and Top Tier had a bit of a renaissance as they bounced back from rough starts. eClipse has been known to be second only to Elevate as the rivalry spans seasons. Despite their rivalry, Elevate admits that they view Top Tier as more of a threat.
Maybe a team like Top Tier, if they, get it together.
And it's easy to see why. Their first go-around, Top Tier started off strong, even before T1 Diabetic was forced out of the game due to a fire drill.
He had a real-life fire drill.
Oh my goodness, that sucks.
But when he came back, eClipse was able to turn it around as they went into OT.
And a lot more props to eClipse for being able to come back in this. Normally, you don't make it back after losing 3 in a row like that.
But the next time these two teams tussled, the script got flipped, and Top Tier earned the win in overtime. There certainly is momentum that Top Tier has built over the course of the season. But can it turn the tide of eClipse's renewed vigor? All we know is that real-life fire alarms can't be used as a tactic during the finals. And that this promises to be a real whopper of a whooping. These two teams represent some of the best in the league. And at the end of the day, it's still anyone's game. The only thing we can guarantee is that sparks will fly when these two teams go head-to-head at our finals. November 18th at the TCL Theater in Hollywood. We'll have a special fantasy league with special rules, which you can enlist for at fantasytanks.com. Be sure to catch all the action on our Twitch page at twitch.tv/WGLNA. Or on the YouTube at youtube.com/WGLNA. Strap in, folks, because it's about to get bumpy.